Hi guys, let's take a little look at this £4,037.40 DAX trade, and I'm going to show you what I did here to place this trade and how I scaled into the trade. Now obviously we've moved on since I took this trade, so I'm going to look back here and show you exactly how I scaled into this trade. I managed to catch this on my Snagit. So here is a chart. This is not a live chart, guys, but this is the chart of the original trade, and you can see here that we got a red pro trading system, and you should know now by having a red pro trading system I'm going to look to short the market, but there needs to be a certain criteria setting up with a trend, and this was a major divergence setting up here. Now these lines that you can see, these two blue lines, in fact one on top of the other, they're my positions. Okay, so my first trade with the spread betting account was with £5 per point short. That was 18,872. My second trade was 18,857, and if we just have a look here, you can see that I actually added another £8 to the short side. Okay, so those two trades here added up to £10 short, and then my average size here was £18 short, so I did another couple of trades to get to that £18. All right, so £24 in there. So this is how I like to do it. You know, I think if you're a day trader, and this was on a 4-hour time frame, by the way, if you're a day trader and you know you're just doing small position size, it's quite tiring, and you're trying to go for 10 points here, 10 points there. It's quite tiring. So I like to look at the bigger picture and go for 1-hour charts, 4-hour charts, daily time frames as well. I can just get more out of it, and I can add into the trade. When I say add into the trade, that means that I add another position into the trade. I would click buy or sell with numerous positions. Okay, so that's how I like to do it, and I can get big profits quite quickly, and it feels like I'm day trading as well, and I'm doing that every single day. I'm looking for trades every day. Where there was a NASDAQ £1,000 short today, and I did 4 trades in the same setup to get that £1,000 pretty quickly, by the way. And I feel that, you know, this really can grow an account pretty quickly if you scale into the trades. Now the key for scaling in, remember this is the original entry, the first one here, 18,872. Now once that goes into profit, then I can add my second position, and then I move my stop to break even on my first position. Okay, so let's say I had 4 trades open in the same market for the same setup signal. I'm not going to leave all of those trades with 3% risk. I'm going to be moving my stop and managing the trade, each position as it moves in my direction, add to the trade. Okay, and you tend to get some really nice big trades, and if I'm looking for big moves every day with momentum, then that's great. You know, I'm going to catch some really nice volatile moves. So the first trade, looking at the chart, was sort of in this area here, and let's go into, so it's right here at this red line. I managed to make it red so you can see this here. So once that trade starts to, that position starts to go, it was a short trade, starts to go in profit, then I'm going to add that next position. Then I'm going to add that next position and add it, and then I'll get an average price somewhere in the middle here. So if you look at this trade, let's go back to the DAX, let's find it. The actual average size, well actually its average price was 18,764. Okay, so my average 18,764, 18,764, 764, let's find it. There you are, around this area here. Okay, so it's difficult to move that line. I could take it, there you go, around that area there. Okay, so my average price was there. So when you enter a trade 1, and then you enter trade 2, and then you enter trade 3, and enter trade 4, your average price is somewhere down here. Now if you did one position, your trade would be here, your entry would be here, your stop would be here above the highs, and then you would ride it just to the downside. That's fine. But what I like to do, and it works really well with new traders, this, guys, because if you're a new trader and you're learning this skill, you have to get your entries spot on for you to make a consistent profit. And while you're learning to trade, why not do half a position, do 2 trades? So let's say you were going to go short £10 a point. Why not do one £5 with a wider stop? Once that moves into profit, add another trade, and do it like that. And what that allows you to do is that, let's say you're short £5 a point. If the trade goes against you, you don't like it anymore, and it turns back to green very quickly here. Let's say we get the red sell signal, turns back to green very quickly. You get out with less loss. Okay, it doesn't mean you're going to make less, because I'm aggressively going to add to those trades, guys. All right, so that's the way I like to trade it, and that's what I look for. And I think, you know, there's some really big moves setting up in the markets here. If you look at the DAX here, guys, and I'm moving on to another subject here, a bit of swing trading going on. I think that we've got red on the tracks here. We've got red pro trading system. We're losing momentum on the storyteller. We get into this area here. This could be a 1 down, a 2 up, 3 down, and that will be a really big move. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to, any time now, I've got the red pro trading system on the daily chart giving me a sell signal. I've already gone in with a smaller position size. All right, so big wide stop. I've just dipped my toe in the water for this short side trade. Once it starts to run in my direction, just like it did here, okay, on that last big trade that we took on the DAX, then I'll just aggressively add to that winning trade and go for that big profitable trade, as far as I can run it all the way down till we get a green pro trade system. All right, so that's the sort of thing I do. That was the £4,000, and that is literally done within just a couple of sessions. All right, so £4 grand, couple of sessions, and don't forget, all those profits are in my spread betting account, and they are all tax-free profits, guys. Hope it helps, and don't forget to sign up to our webinar in the description below, talking about monster trades. I'm going to be updating that webinar soon, because that was for the last several months. I think there's going to be some really big trades setting up again, where we can scale into these trades, as long as you've got the margin to actually get into these trades, as long as you've got the account, which you could use on a funded account, and as long as you can trade over the weekend as well on these funded accounts, and you can scale into them, then, you know, these big moves with the pro trading system can work very nicely indeed. Okay, all right, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and give us a likes up and a thumbs up, guys. All right, hope it helps. Speak to you soon.